Hi, welcome to the channel OutSystems Code with Mayank. This video is continuation of previous video Multitenancy in OutSystems. My name is Mayank and I'm your partner in the process of learning OutSystems. Today I'm going to talk about tenant-specific elements. Basically, there are four tenant-specific elements: module, entities, site properties, and timers. In the previous video, we have seen how we can make the module and entities as multi-tenant. Today, we are going to focus on site properties and timers. Starting up the site properties. Site property is configuration variable, application wide, right? Whose values we can change at runtime. It means from the service center, we can change the value of the site properties. Now these site properties also we can make them tenant specific. If at all, if you want to set the site property as a multi-tenant, you have to set one of the possible three values to is a multi-tenant property. If you are setting it as a yes, the value of the site property is isolated per tenant. If you are setting it as a no, the site property does not isolate the data by tenant. And if you are leaving it as an empty, blank, the multi-tenant behavior of the site property is inherited from the multi-tenant behavior of the module. So whatever value you have set for the module in the is multi-tenant property, that will be inherited to this site property. Let's practically implement this. So to practically implement this, you have to create a site property with is multi-tenant. But before that, let's understand the scenario. So in the previous application, we have created this product page. And in this product page, we are displaying this price along with the hard-coded symbol $. Now let's suppose instead of displaying this hard-coded value, I want to display this value tenant is specific. It means if my tenant is running on United States, or maybe you can understand like if my tenant is running on United States, I want to display the $ symbol. And if my tenant is running in United Kingdom, then I want to display the pound symbol. Okay, so previously we have created two tenants, Amazon and Flipkart. So let's suppose for the Amazon tenant, we want to display the $ symbol, and the Flipkart tenant, we want to display the pound symbol. So how we can implement this thing? So let me first create the site property and let me call it as a currency. I'm not going to provide a default value. So if I log into another tenant, there I'm not going to display any of the currency. Okay, so directly I want to display the price. So I'm leaving this default value as a blank. Now let me set this is multi-tenant property as a yes. And along with this, I want to create one more site property and let me call it as a shared site property. Why I'm calling it this as a shared site property? Because for is multi-tenant, explicitly I'm setting the value as a no. If you set this is multi-tenant value as a no, it means the value of this site property is shared among all the tenants. Okay, this is not isolated. This is isolated for the tenants and this is shared across all the tenants. Okay, now let me go back to page and let me retrieve this site property value currency. I'm calling it as a get currency, and let me return the currency value from this data action. I'm setting this currency output parameter of my data action to the site property value. I'm calling it as a site.currency. So whatever value is set in my site property, that I'm returning directly, and let me replace the hard-coded $ symbol with the data action output. Okay. Now let me hit this one-click publish button and let me summarize what we have implemented so far. So far we have created two site properties, currency and shared site properties. For currency we have set the is a multi-tenant property as a yes. And for the shared site property we have set the is a multi-tenant site property as a no. And now I have utilized this currency site property to displaying the price. Okay. Now let me go to the service center and let me show you where the site properties value reside and how we can change the effective values. Now I'm inside this multi-tenancy demo module, and here let me click on this site properties subtab. When I click on this site properties subtab, see it is displaying me only one site properties, but I have created two site properties, right? See where this currency go. Now, since this currency we have set is multi-tenant as a years, that will go inside the tenant. So see, just beside this site properties, we have one more subtab, tenants. And here inside the tenants, let me click on this Amazon first. And for this Amazon tenant, here you can see under the site properties subtab, we have this currency that is coming from multi-tenancy demo module. The value is not set. Let me set this effective value. So for the Amazon, that is this particular tenant is running on United States, I want to display dollar. Okay, so I want to display the price with dollar symbol, and let me hit this apply button. Okay, this value is changed now. Now let me go back to my module and let me go back to Flipkart tenant. And for the Flipkart tenant, I want to display the value with pound symbol. So let me set this value as with the help of pound symbol. Let me hit this apply button. Okay. Now both the values are set, and for the users for the user module, I'm not going to set any of the value. So if I logged in inside the user tenant, it will display me the default price value without any symbol. Okay, so let me log in. Let me show you this reflection. So I'm inside my application login page, and let me log in to Amazon tenant. And for the Amazon tenant, we have set the value as dollar. So it is going to display me the price with the dollar symbol. See, now let me go to incognito mode and let me open same application, but this time let me open the Flipkart tenant. And let me log in. So the expectation is that it will display me the price with the pound symbol. And see, let it display. And let me go back. Let me go back and let me log into another tenant. So let's suppose, let me log in with my admin user to the user module. And for the user module, I have not set any of the value to the currency site property. It is not going to display anything. See, it is not displaying. So in this way, you can create the site properties is specific to the tenant. Now, apart from the site property, we have the timers as well. Okay. So similarly to the entities and the site properties, timers also allow specifying whether they run in the scope of a particular tenant or run in the default tenant. So for timers also we can set the is a multi-tenant property. And again, there are one values we can set out of three values. Yes, if you are setting it as a yes, the timer is executed once for each tenant. When the timer runs on a tenant, it only has access to data owned by that tenant. And if you are setting it as a no, it means the timer is executed once, that is able to read and manipulate data shared by all the tenants. And again, you can leave it as empty as well. If you are leaving it as empty, the multi-tenant behavior of the timer is inherited from the multi-tenant behavior of the module. Let's practically see how we can implement this thing as well. So to implement the timer, let me create one server action. And with the help of this server action, I want to insert few records in my application. Okay, so let's see. I'm calling it as a, I'm creating one more folder. I'm calling it as a utility or maybe a bootstrap. And inside this bootstrap, I want to create one server action. I'm calling it as a bootstrap records. Bootstrap records. And what this bootstrap record server action will do, it will insert few records in my product entity. Okay, so let me create a couple of local variables. I'm calling it as a counter. Let's suppose the default value is 1. I'm saying if counter is less than 10, I want to insert the 10 records. So if counter is less than 10, let me create one more variable, or I'm calling it as product. I want to set value to the product. Set product ID is going to be a null identified, so I'm not setting. Product name is going to be a default product name, product plus counter plus site dot to specify. I want to specify the tenant name as well. So I'm utilizing this value is inserting only in the specific tenant. So I specify that. Product description I'm not providing. Quantity maybe a counter into some dummy value, counter into 10. And price is going to be a counter into 15, some dummy value. And obviously I want to insert the products in the active state. So I'm setting it as a true. Now, after this, what I wanted to do, I wanted to utilize the entity action. I'm saying create product. And after that, I want to increase my counter value. Otherwise, it will go to infinite loop. Counter equal to counter plus 1. And again, I want to check this value. So this is a flow that I have implemented that will insert the record in my entity. And for product, let me pass this product. Now I have this server action here. And this server action I want to utilize in my timer. And I'm saying bootstrap timer, product timer. And for this timer, I want to specify the action as bootstrap record. I'm not setting the schedule property from the service studio. I will execute this timer from the service center directly and will show you from there on. And here you can see it also has a property is multi-tenant. And this property, let me set it as a yes. And let me hit this one click publish button. In time it is publishing. Let me summarize what we have implemented so far. So far we have created one server action, bootstrap records, and this server action will insert the 10 records in my product entity. And here, for simplicity purposes, to identify in which tenant we are inserting the record, we in the product name we have specified the tenant name as well. So in which tenant my timer will run, it will return that value and it will insert that value as a suffix in my product name. Okay, so my code is published now. Let me go to service center. Let me refresh the service center and let me go to specific. So right now I'm inside the Flipkart tenant. So let's insert the records in the Flipkart tenant. So here you can see I have this timer, bootstrap product timer. I'm saying bootstrap product timer and let me click on this run now. Timer start executing. This timer is about to run. Okay, so now my timer is running. Once the timer, see my timer is running, my timer is completely complete with the execution. Let me go to Flipkart tenant and let me refresh this browser. So here what I'm expecting, it will insert 10 records here. See, all the 10 records are inserted. And see, this is coming as a Flipkart. This is coming from the site property tenant name. Okay, let me go to the Amazon tenant and let's check it out whether this value is inserted here or not. And see, this Amazon tenant only contains 2 records. The product that is inserted to the Flipkart tenant is not coming here. Why? Because that is inserted to that specific tenant, right? So in this way, you can also execute the timers specific to the tenant. Okay, if you want to execute this timer for the Amazon tenant, you can execute for Amazon tenant as well. So I'm going back to Amazon tenant, and let me find out this timer, and let me execute in Amazon tenant as well. Okay, so you can click here, run now. Okay, so this time this timer is executing on Amazon tenant. So what it will do, it will insert the product only in Amazon tenant. Timer is executing as of now. Here you can find it out. Once the timer start executing, it will show the progress bar, and once the execution is done, it will display that last run value. Okay, I'm going to the Amazon tenant, and let me refresh this page. So this time the timer is executed on Amazon tenant, so it will display me 10 records that is specifically or exclusively to Amazon tenant. Okay, so in this way you can make the site properties and timers exclusively tenant specific by setting the tenant property to yes. So this is all about for this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you.